Hey, welcome to Chat Easy.
Yeah, English without the stress.
Hey, welcome back. Blake just told me the funniest story from yesterday.
Oh, it was wild. So I thought the coffee shop closed at 6. I showed up at 5:50. The door was already locked.
Actually, they close at 5 on Tuesdays now. I learned that last month when the same thing happened to me.
Wait, you just used it. You said actually.
I did. I use it all the time. Like last week at the grocery store, the cashier said the total was $15. I checked my app. Actually, there was a discount. It dropped to 12.
See? That is exactly what I mean. I hear actually everywhere. At work, in coffee shops. My neighbor uses it constantly.
It is such a tiny word, but it does so much.
Right? It corrects things gently, it adds surprise. It just makes conversations feel smoother.
So today, we are exploring this little word together. Real examples, real moments from our lives.
Stay with us. This is going to be fun. So, how was your morning?
Oh, I woke up early today. Actually, earlier than I planned. My neighbor's dog was barking at 6.
No way. I thought I would sleep until 9. Actually, I woke up at 7 because my mom called.
Wait, we both just said it. We used actually without even thinking.
You're right. It just appears, like when you need to fix something you said, or when something surprises you.
Exactly. Like last month, I thought my favorite cafe was closed on Sundays, but actually they started opening every day now. I was so happy.
I love those moments. Last week I thought the bookstore near my house closed permanently. Actually, they just moved to a bigger location down the street.
See, these small surprises happen all the time, and actually just introduces them so naturally.
Hey, has this ever happened to you? Maybe a place was open when you thought it was closed, or someone remembered your name when you did not expect it?
Those moments feel really nice. I wonder if you use a word like actually in your own language, or does English feel different this way?
Good question. Let's look closer at how this word really works in conversations, because honestly, it does more than we realize.
So, actually is one of those words that does not translate easily. It has several jobs in a conversation. Let me show you what I mean.
Okay, first job, correcting information gently. When someone says something that is not quite right, you can use actually to fix it, without sounding rude. Like, imagine someone says, "You live in the city center, right?" But you don't. You can say, "Actually, I live just outside the center."
That feels so much softer than just saying, "No, I live outside." The word actually makes it sound like you're adding helpful information, not rejecting what they said.
Exactly. I use this at work all the time. Someone says a meeting is at 3. Actually, it is at 2. It happens constantly.
Okay, imagine this. A friend says you are from Canada, right? But you're actually from the United States. How would you respond?
I would say, actually, I am from the United States, but I lived in Canada for a few years. See? Friendly, conversational, not defensive at all.
Second job, adding unexpected or surprising information. Actually appears when you're about to say something the other person did not know or did not expect.
Oh, I love this one. Like someone says, "I thought this restaurant was expensive," and you say, "Actually, it is pretty affordable. I ate there last week. It was not bad at all."
Perfect example, because it changes the picture completely. They thought one thing, you give them new information. Actually introduces that shift.
This happens a lot when you share facts or experiences. Like people assume things, and you correct the assumption with real information.
People think my hometown is cold all year. Actually, the summers are quite warm and beautiful. I say that all the time.
Hey, has anyone ever made an assumption about your city or your job? What do people think that is actually not true?
Third job, showing surprise or realization. Sometimes actually appears when you suddenly notice something or remember something you forgot.
Oh, yes, like you're talking with a friend and suddenly you say, "Oh, actually, I forgot to call my mum today. I need to do that later."
I do this constantly, especially when I'm in the middle of a conversation and something just pops into my mind. It feels so natural, like you're thinking out loud.
Or when you check something and realize you were wrong. Like, I thought the meeting was at 3, but actually it is at 2. I just checked my calendar.
Have you ever had a moment like that, where you suddenly realize something in the middle of talking? It's such a human thing to do.
And actually makes it easy to share that realization. No embarrassment, just honesty.
Third job, emphasizing the truth or reality of something. Sometimes people use actually to stress that what they are saying is real, not exaggerated, not imagined.
Like, if someone doubts that you finished a big project, you might say, "I actually finished it yesterday. It's completely done." It adds weight to your words, like you're proving a point gently.
I hear this a lot when someone is surprised or skeptical. Sometimes you want to make sure they believe you or take you seriously.
Have you ever needed to do that? Emphasize the truth of something you said, maybe when someone questioned you or seemed unsure.
I wonder if this happens more at work or with family. Different situations need different energy.
Now, here is a small detail. The placement of actually in a sentence can change slightly. Most of the time it comes near the beginning, right after the subject or right before the verb.
Like, I actually finished the book, or actually, I finished the book yesterday. Both are correct, but starting with actually makes the correction feel a bit stronger.
In casual speech, some people even put it in the middle or at the end, like, I finished the book yesterday, actually.
That sounds a little more British, but it is still fine. I suggest you experiment. See what feels most natural to you.
Okay, are there mistakes learners should watch out for?
Yes. One common mistake is overusing actually. Some learners use it in almost every sentence. They think it makes them sound more fluent, but actually, it can make you sound uncertain if you use it too much.
Casually, some people use it too much, but when you're learning, it's good to be careful.
Like, imagine someone says, actually, I like coffee. Actually, I drink it every day. Actually, my favorite is cappuccino.
That sounds robotic, unnatural. Use it only when it adds meaning to the sentence.
Also, actually is almost never used in formal writing, like academic essays or business reports.
Right, it is primarily a conversational word. Spoken English, informal emails, messages between friends.
In formal writing, people use in fact or in reality instead. This is good to know because many learners mix up spoken and written styles.
Think about where you use English most. Do you speak more or write more? If you focus on conversation, actually is definitely worth practicing.
But if you're preparing for academic writing, you might not need it as much. Different goals need different tools.
So, actually is a small word with a big impact.
Once you start noticing it, you hear it everywhere. Movies, podcasts, daily chats, even casual emails.
The key is to listen for it in context, then try using it in your own conversations when it feels right.
It doesn't have to be perfect. Just experimenting with it will help you get comfortable. That's how we all learn.
Think of one situation from your own life. Where could you use actually this week?
Trying it even once will make it feel less scary and more natural.
Okay, let's take a moment to review some useful words from our conversation, just to make sure everything is clear.
We'll go through them quickly. Simple definitions, real-life examples. Nothing complicated.
First word, correct. This means to fix a mistake or adjust information that is wrong, like when someone gets a detail wrong and you help them fix it.
I corrected my friend when she said I was from Spain because I am actually from Portugal. It happens.
Next, gentle. This means soft, kind, or not harsh, when you speak or act in a way that does not hurt or upset someone.
She spoke in a gentle voice, so I did not feel bad about the mistake. Gentle makes everything easier.
Adjust. This means to change something slightly to make it better or more accurate. Small changes, not big ones.
I had to adjust my schedule because the meeting time changed. Just a small shift to make things work.
Assume. This means to believe something is true without checking or asking. You think something is one way, but you did not confirm it.
I assumed the store was closed on Sundays, but it was actually open. I should have checked first.
Misunderstanding. This means when two people don't understand each other correctly or have different ideas about the same thing.
There was a small misunderstanding about the meeting time, so I arrived a little bit late.
When there is a misunderstanding, it is good to clarify it.
Unexpected. This means something you did not think would happen or did not plan for. The rain was unexpected, so I did not bring an umbrella. Life is full of unexpected moments.
Affordable. This means not too expensive, something you can pay for without difficulty, easy on your wallet.
That restaurant is affordable. You can get a good meal for $10. Perfect for students or anyone on a budget.
Realization. This is the moment when you suddenly understand or notice something, like a light bulb turning on in your mind.
I had a realization this morning. I forgot to send that email yesterday. Those moments happen to everyone.
Spontaneous. This means happening naturally without planning, like a sudden decision or reaction.
Our trip to the beach was spontaneous. We decided to go just an hour before leaving. Some of the best memories come from spontaneous moments.
Emphasize. This means to give special importance or attention to something, to make it clear or strong.
She emphasized that the deadline is Friday, not Monday. She really wanted us to remember that detail.
Skeptical. This means doubtful or not easily convinced, when you question if something is true.
He was skeptical when I said I finished the project in one day, but I actually did. Sometimes people just need proof.
Placement. This refers to where something is positioned or located, like the position of a word in a sentence.
The placement of actually in the sentence can change the feeling a little bit. Small changes, different effects.
Overuse. This means to use something too much or more than necessary. When you repeat something so often, it loses its power.
Overuse of the word actually can make you sound unsure or repetitive. Balance is important.
Hesitant. This means uncertain or slow to act or speak because you are not confident, like when you pause before answering.
She was hesitant to answer the question because she was not sure if she was right. We all feel hesitant sometimes.
Last one. Experiment. This means to try something new to see what happens or to learn from the experience.
I like to experiment with new words in my conversations to see how they sound. That is how you grow.
These words are not just useful for today's topic. They appear in many everyday conversations.
Notice them when you hear or read English. They will start to feel familiar very quickly.
Try to use one or two of them this week in your own sentences, even just once. It will help them stick in your memory.
Experimenting is the best way to learn. You have got this. Okay, let's think about real situations. Where might you actually use actually in daily life?
Good question. Here's a common one. You're meeting a friend for coffee. They say, "I thought you do not like this cafe, but actually you started coming here recently and now you enjoy it."
So you respond, actually, I started coming here last month and I really like their cappuccino now. It feels natural. You're correcting a small misunderstanding while sharing something new.
These small corrections happen all the time, with co-workers, with family, even with strangers at the grocery store.
Here's another example. Imagine you're at a store. The cashier says, this item is not available anymore, but you saw it on the shelf just a few minutes ago.
What would you say?
You might say, actually, I just saw some on the back shelf. Maybe there are a few left. See how that works? You're introducing helpful information, but you're not challenging them.
I love that, because actually makes the conversation feel cooperative, not confrontational. You're helping, not arguing.
Exactly. It changes the whole energy of the moment.
Now, imagine this. You're talking with a neighbor. They say, you work from home every day, right? But actually, you go to the office 3 times a week.
Actually, I go to the office on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. The rest of the time, I work from home. Simple, clear, not defensive.
This kind of small correction happens so often in casual conversations and actually is the perfect tool for it. It just makes everything smoother.
Have you had moments like this, where someone made a small assumption about your routine or your life, and you needed to gently correct it?
Practicing these corrections, even in your mind, can build confidence. You start to feel ready when the real moment comes.
What about when you are surprised by something? Like you are walking through your neighborhood and you see a new cafe that just opened.
You might turn to your friend and say, "Oh, actually, this cafe is new. I did not know it was here." Those spontaneous observations happen all the time.
They make conversations feel alive, natural, like you are sharing little discoveries as they happen.
And actually helps you express them smoothly, without overthinking. It just fits.
Think of a recent moment when you were surprised by something. Maybe a friend told you unexpected news, or you discovered something new about your city, or you realized you forgot something important.
How would you share that moment in English? Try to imagine yourself using actually to introduce the surprise or realization.
Thinking through these scenarios, even silently, helps you prepare for real conversations. It's like a mental rehearsal.
It doesn't have to be perfect. Just imagining yourself using actually builds familiarity and comfort.
Each time you try, it becomes easier, more automatic, like muscle memory, but for language.
And one day, you'll use it without even thinking. That's when you know it's really yours.
Okay, we've covered a lot today.
We really have. Let's quickly revisit the main ideas, just so everything stays clear in your mind.
Actually is a small word, but it has several important uses in everyday English. It does more work than you might think.
It appears when you want to correct information gently, when you're adding something unexpected, when you suddenly realize or remember something, and when you want to emphasize that something is true.
These 4 uses show up constantly in natural conversations. Once you start noticing them, you'll hear actually everywhere. Seriously, everywhere.
In movies, podcasts, casual chats with friends, even at the coffee shop.
The key to using actually well is to listen for it in real contexts. Notice why the speaker chose to use it in that moment. What were they doing with it?
And then experiment with it in your own conversations, even in small ways. That's how you build confidence.
It's okay to make mistakes or feel unsure at first. Every native speaker went through a process of learning how words like this work in real situations. We all started somewhere.
Trying actually even once in a real conversation is a step forward, and each time you use it, it becomes more familiar, more comfortable.
I hope you feel more prepared to recognize and use actually in your daily life.
This word can make conversations feel smoother, more natural, more connected.
It is not about being perfect. It is about feeling ready to jump into real interactions and express yourself clearly. That is what matters.
Whispering one word like actually can make a big difference in how confident you feel when speaking. Truly.
You're ready to try it, whether in a casual chat, at work, or even in a simple exchange at a store or cafe.
Just one try. That's all it takes to start, and we believe you can do it.
Okay, I have a question for you.
I'm curious too.
I have a question for you. Have you ever had a moment where you needed to gently correct someone, or where you were surprised by something and wanted to share it right away?
Maybe it was a small misunderstanding with a friend, or maybe you discovered something unexpected about your city, or your routine.
I want to know because these moments happen to everyone, and sharing them helps build a sense of community. We all learn from each other's experiences.
Write your answer in the comments. It doesn't have to be long or perfect, just honest and personal.
Reading other people's experiences can help you see how common these situations are and how natural it is to navigate them.
If you found this conversation helpful, you can support us by liking the video and subscribing.
Subscribing helps us create more content like this, and it means you'll see future videos that explore other useful words and conversation tools. We have so many ideas planned.
We love reading comments and learning about your experiences, so we really hope you will share your stories below.
Thank you for spending this time with us today. It means a lot.
We hope you feel a little more confident and ready to use actually in your own conversations.
See you in the next one.
Take care.